We are talking the latest Detroit Lions news for you folks today. In this video, we're breaking it all down. Jameson Williams, expectations. We're going to talk about him. Brad Holmes getting mad love. What does it mean? We're going to talk about free agents who the Lions should re-sign per article, and the injury report. Who's in, who's out, expectations for the game Sunday for those said players. But before we get into today's video, if you think it's a smart and sound idea to dump a gallon of blood all over you and roll up to a Komodo dragon and play with it, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, because we took all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. Sometimes being a Lions fan, you feel like you've been eaten. Also, take that like button with you and let the bad boy get devoured. Let's get into today's Lions news. Article came out from Yard Barker, and it talked about 4 players the Detroit Lions should re-sign. Interesting that they got Isaiah Buggs, DJ Chark, Justin Jackson, and Jamal Williams as those lists. I don't mind Isaiah Buggs coming back to the Detroit Lions. Why? He's a good piece for the Lions right now in the rotation at the interior defensive line, and it would not be expensive to bring it back. So I'm perfectly fine with that. I agree with Yard Barker there. DJ Chark, this one is a conversation that we've been had on my channel. People want him back. People don't want him back, depending on the contract. I think he should come back, depending on the contract. I'm not going to overpay for anybody, especially the depth at wide receiver that the Detroit Lions have, and the emergence at some point of Jameson Williams, who he drafted, but I would not mind bringing him back. I think he's earned that at this point, and we still got 2 games to go, but I like it. Justin Jackson, interesting question for him, bringing him back. Should the Lions bring Justin Jackson back? I don't know him on this one, because we do got pretty good depth at the running back position, but I would like the Lions to draft a running back in the draft. Could he be the odd man all out of that? Because they also want to bring Jamal Williams back, and I think he should come back. He's done well at the goal line. Is he the most prolific running back on the team? Absolutely not. But he's a gamer, he's a leader, and he gets touchdowns. That's what you want for your number 2/number 3 running back. That's what you want to see from him. Let me know right now, what do you think about these players? Folks, if you're not subscribed to the channel, that's nuts. Right now, I'm at 31,077, and before the game on Sunday, I'd like to be at 100 subscribers. So if you're not subscribed, go ahead and smash that subscribe button right now and be part of the fam. Let's get to 31,100 before the game on Sunday. I tell you what, Matt Lombardo from Heavy.com expects that Jameson Williams will be the player that makes the biggest comeback next year and the biggest growth in his sophomore year, and it makes perfect sense. His explanation here is a torn ACL suffered in 2021 college football playoff championship game delayed Jameson Williams' NFL debut until Week 14, but the rookie didn't waste any time, providing impactful he can be for the Detroit Lions offense. Williams took his first pass from quarterback Jared Goff 41 yards for a touchdown, making an emphatic statement about his capabilities in the Lions offense. Opposite star Amon-Ra St. Brown probably would have been the first wide receiver chosen in the draft if he wouldn't have health issues last season, and for Pro Director recently told Heavy, presuming Williams gets to the Lions' final 2 games of the regular season, any postseason run unscathed, having a full offseason to build strength in his knee could give him potential to emerge as an elite receiver and a prolific production in 2023, and I actually 100% agree with that. And I think given the whole offseason, a whole training camp, him and Jared Goff can get on the same page, it's going to do wonders for him being a player that makes a magnificent statement next year. Remember, we didn't draft Jameson Williams for really this year. We didn't. We drafted him for the long haul of the franchise, and he's starting to get his feet wet right now. They're slowly implemented to the offense, but wait till he's got a whole offseason with the whole team, and I guarantee you that Jared Goff's going to bring his receivers over to his house like he did last year to get on the same page even before training camp and before all these mini camps and everything. They'll get on the same page, and they'll do extremely well in 2023. The Lions could have another epic offense if Ben Johnson comes back, and stepping up of Jameson Williams. But he could be a player really to keep an eye on, not just for the Detroit Lions, but their whole NFL. I think he can make that type of statement. He is a dynamic wide receiver. We just need to give him the football and give him time right now in this game. That's all you need to do for our guy, Williams. What do you guys think? Do you think he's going to have that big rush in this game? Let me know in the comment section on that one. I do. I think he's going to make an impact, and he could be one of the biggest impacts from this year's draft going forward for the Detroit Lions, for the team for the next 5 years. The over and under for this game right now is 52.5. The Lions are still favored to win this game by 6 points at -6. So I think if you're to bet the over on 52.5, you'll make some money. So go to chatsports.com/LionsBet, put in the promo code Lions125, and you get a 125% deposit bonus to make some money. I think you can get some money, and I think you will. Let me know in the comment section right now, what is your score prediction for the game? I want to see some score predictions with your Lions fans, Bears fans, fans of other teams. What is your score prediction for this game? Let's go ahead and talk about our general manager. There, Brad Holmes getting some love by the Athletic national NFL writer Mike Jones named Holmes as one of 6 GMs whose stock is on the rise. Says he flipped Matthew Stafford in 2021 for Jared Goff. 2 first-round picks and a third, and now Goff, top 10 in passing, looks like he could be more than just a short-term bridge, Jones said. Meanwhile, smart draft selections are paying off. Rookie A. Hodgson, Malcolm Rodriguez, James Hughes, and Kirby Joseph are making key contributions as their picks from last year's draft. Holmes required more draft capital by trading tight end T.J. Hockenson to Minnesota. As the young talent around form, the Lions have scratched and clawed their way back from 1-6 to force their way potentially into a wild card spot at 7-8. Getting more love here, even in the Twitter's world. Bob Quinn drafted 21 defensive players in Detroit, 2 of whom were still starters in the final season. Brad Holmes has drafted 10 defensive players in Detroit, and half who have starters this season for a team getting better by the week. Isn't that just insane? And that's just absolutely insane. And just like Dan Campbell says, Brad Holmes is a damn good GM, and I do believe he's a damn good GM. And I love the fact that Brad Holmes is getting love from mainstream because he deserved to get some love. Is he perfect? No. No GM is perfect. Absolutely not. If he was perfect, we'd be Super Bowl every year. That just doesn't happen. He's a really good GM, and I like what he's doing, and I do believe he's doing a really good job turning this team around. I think this offseason is going to be the most critical for him. He's got the opportunity to acquire free agents. He's got the opportunity to really build in the draft with draft selections, and I think he's going to do that. I'm really, really excited for this offseason. Super excited for what he's going to bring to the Detroit Lions this year. Let's go ahead and talk about the injury report. And we have here Kawad Osika, I just drew his name. He is out for Sunday's game. No big deal. Deshaun Elliott is out. That is an individual we've been paying attention. Is he going to play? But he is not. Futu Melifonwu will be in place of him at safety. That stinks because Elliott has been an integral piece right now to the Lions' safety room. Justin Jackson, questionable. Interesting on that front. Frank Ragnow, questionable as well. I'm going to assume he plays. He's been on the questionable list, it feels like, for a couple weeks now. He doesn't practice, and eventually does play. I have him probably playing in this game. Josh Woods, questionable as well with a biceps. Let's go ahead and look at the Chicago Bears injury report. Theirs is really, man, they're in a world of pain there. Chase Claypool, questionable. He was limited. I'm going to assume he plays on Sunday because he was limited Thursday and Friday. So their wide receiver will probably get into there on Sunday's game. Dante Pettis, wide receiver, questionable as well. We got Trayvon Wesco, questionable. Out is Sterling Weatherford and Jart Carter. They're injured up front. They're injured from the side, they're injured from the other side, and they're injured from the top. This team is injury prone. So right now, when you look at the teams, you know, the Detroit Lions, we got some players we gotta, you know, worry about. Frank Ragnow for sure. He's a guy you got to say, hey man, hopefully he does play. I'm gonna assume he does play in that game. And Deshaun Elliott. Maybe Elliott plays next week versus the Packers. That is definitely what I'm watching for, because you want to make sure you have your best guys for the Packers game. But he'll not be in there for this game on Sunday. But we'll see how this bad boy goes, you know. I think the Detroit Lions still got a good chance on whooping the Chicago Bears. We shall see. But, hey, it is what it is. That is the injury report for the Detroit Lions and all of that. Folks, if you've not followed me on social media, go ahead and follow me on there. YouTube, you already got that there. Twitter, Facebook, Lions Nation Unite, Instagram. Follow me, folks, for the latest Lions news and rumors regarding our beloved Detroit Lions.